बस यहीं पर सर परफेक्ट है। लाइव सर लाइव।
Right. So, education is the passport to the future. For tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Good morning, teachers. I am Dr. Amrita Pandey, and I feel very happy to greet you all in the 7-day virtual faculty development program on empowerment of physical education teachers and coaches, which is organized by Physical Education Foundation of India in association with DPS International School, Saket, along with GD Goenka Public School, Rajnagar Extension, Ghaziabad. Friends, the main purpose behind organizing this FDP is with the aim to equip the faculty members, the physical education teachers, the coaches, the required skill and knowledge, and also to identify the importance of physical educational teachers, or I must say, physical educational professionals as the agents of social change in the country on the basis of health for all and sports for all. And in the same link today, on the 5th day of this FDP program, we have with us Dr. KK Singh sir, who will be talking with us on the virtual, digital, or remote teaching. Our expert today, Dr. Singh sir, is BCom, BP8, MP8, NET, DWITE, and PhD from various universities across the country. Having 15 years of teaching experience in Indian universities and abroad, including CCS Meerut, LPU, Punjabi University, Patiala, and Bahir University, Ethiopia. He is currently working in IIMT University as Associate Professor. It's an honor to have you with us, sir. Just a reminder about how our audiences, viewers, our friends can talk with us during this session. If you have any queries, any doubts, or you require any kind of explanation regarding our today's topic, please write it down in the comment section. We'll be picking up those questions and it will be answered by the expert. Now, without wasting any much time, I would request our expert, Dr. KK Singh sir, on screen. Sir, please. We can see the screen, sir.
Yeah. A very good morning to everybody. Our moderator, Amrita Pandey ma'am, the Secretary of Physical Education Foundation of India, Dr. Piyush Jain sir, respected Neha Sharma ma'am, Principal of GD Goenka School, Chetan Sharma ji, Joint Secretary of AP, Mohit Kumar ji, HOD of GD Goenka School, and Vivek Chaudhary ji is the event coordinator of AP, Assistant Professor in University. I would like to welcome you all, and thanks to the officials of PAFI, GD Goenka School and DPS to put me here to share some experience.
Sir, I'm really sorry to interrupt. आपका जो presentation है सर, आप उसे full screen कर दीजिए.
Yeah. No issue. I'm doing it.
Right, sir.
I'm doing the same. Let me minimize this. Okay, so good morning, everybody. Now, the topic I'm going to discuss with you all today is the challenges and opportunities in digital or virtual or remote teaching during COVID-19. The change in the education sector in the last 100 years. See these pictures? This of the change happened in the last 100 years. You can find 1950s air conditioned classroom moved to this kind of air conditioned classroom equipped with the various latest updated gadgets and electronic equipment. Here we can find in the 1960 the portability of the classroom, and here it was the portability of the classroom. Now, you can clearly see here, it is an educational paradigm change. Earlier, we have seen, might have studied in the system, that is, we can say in the technical term, education 1.0, where the teacher was authoritarian, the student is a passive recipient. Because the teacher-centered system, the teacher gives knowledge as an absolute leader in the classroom. Technology is forbidden in the classroom. Now we will see the another phase of the system, and that is education system 2.0. Hope you people who have born in 1970s and 80s or after 80s, they have experienced such kind of learning in their childhood. And in this phase, the communication and collaboration are starting to grow between the teachers to teachers, student to student, student between teachers, peer learning, and all those things. Next, we see the exam-based. It was an exam-based approach. The result is the examination. Memorization of knowledge is the secret of being an elite. And underestimated student-centered approach. We call it, but do not apply it. Some people think they stop talking about teaching and they talk about learning and learning outcomes. They are still on paper. The school was still talking about hours of teaching, but we should talk about hours of learning. We'll see here the next. After that, the another phase is coming, that is the advanced phase of 2.0, where the invasion of technology and social networking increase in the 90s. We apply technology to the classroom as a trend. The class continues to have the same structure. It was a complete confusion stage between the students and teachers, because the students know the technology is better than the teachers. So, no design for what is used and what is not used. Many choices, there is no money for buying the application. Applying uncoordinated technology correlation with the curriculum. There was a gap. The system cannot properly follow the evolution of technology. There is no teacher training. Data is everywhere. Google search faster from traditional libraries, the web knows more about teachers. So this is another stage. Student gives technical knowledge to the teachers also. A lot of teachers we can find in our time, they don't know how to save the number in the phone. Now, the trend we was there, or currently we are in. Let me correct it. We are in. And the focus areas and the key features of the education is it's a student-centered approach. The teacher is transformed into a coordinator, facilitator, advisor, mentor, and practice guide. The student is also researching further studies. Flipped classroom method has been applied. More dialogue technology is everywhere. The student is self-learning everywhere. The classical style classroom no longer exists. Lesson plans are now called a learning plans. Now, this is the future of the education classroom or the teaching classroom observed in the coming decade, or the trend has been started after the COVID. Now see, what about education 4.0? I am talking about like a technological change in the education. There is the co-creation and innovation in the center. The center of this education 4.0. Co-creation and innovation in the center. Teacher and students both are learning together and creating things. Whenever and wherever applies, in classroom applies. Interactive practical exercise face-to-face happens. Learning is done at the home and outside the school, while in the school students develop skills. Development of personalized teaching and learning. Learning plans are now called a creative plans. Technology is free or easily accessible in this era. Increased use of virtual reality, continuous evolution and innovation, and therefore a need for continuous training and development of a new knowledge and skill by all. So this is the coming era where we are at the point we are standing. Before going to the very serious concern of the topic of the point, I would like to share some memes and ideas can say jokes, but draw a picture in your mind how the things are taking shape in the mind of students and teachers nowadays due to emerging advanced technology in the education sector. See how a madam told the student it's called reading. It's how people new software, how people install new software into their brains. The students are also ready to understand in the language of computer or the artificial intelligence. Here, one of the students is asking her mother, "My teacher told me to read for an hour a day. Do Facebook and textbook message reading counts?" See here how the teacher is asking to the students, "I appreciate the text, it, but next time just raise your hand." So students are texting to the teachers during the classroom teaching, rather than raising the hands in a traditional manner. And here there is some points mentioned by someone who is a teacher to student. So might be in this era while we are using a teaching learning, using social media apps, advanced teaching learning apps. So there's a flaws. Students are doing their makeup during the lecture, and the student is in store during the lecture. These things are shown. Next, we can see here a very small kid asking to the parents. Parents are very worried about the future of the kids, and he asked, "Mama and Dada, you don't have to be worried about my future anymore. I just downloaded the entire college education." So things are happening in this way. So the another classroom, the project today is, the teacher is asking, the project today is to find an internet video for someone building a ship. So such mental change in mental state of a teacher and student is happening today. See, we can see coming to the core area of the topic, teaching learning process in virtual mode. So we know the traditional classroom teachers have a high quality education, rely on a material source and expect strong relationship to enhance their outcomes in the classroom. But in the digital classroom instruction, you can say virtual classroom instruction will require those same foundations along with, here we need a new technology and support system to create an engaging, producing environment conducive for optimal learning. So the virtual learning or the digital learning have a four kinds. That is computer based, and that is instruction is not provided by the teacher. Instead, instruction is provided by the software installed on a local computer or a server. This software can frequently customize the material to suit the specific need of each student. So another is the virtual learning and teaching method we use to the internet based. This is similar to a computer based instruction, but in this case, the software that provides the instruction is delivered to the web and stored to the remote server. Remote teacher online, that is most frequently using during the COVID pandemic by the teachers for the students. In this mode, instruction is provided by a teacher, but that teacher is not physically present with students. Instead, the teacher interacts with students via the internet, through such media as online video, online forums, email, and instant messaging. And the last one is that is the blended learning. You will be using that, the blended learning with computer-based, internet-based, and remote teacher online. Somewhere we are using. Facilitated virtual learning.
Singh sir, I am really sorry to interrupt again. Sir, आप अगर अपना mic थोड़ा पास में ले लेंगे तो that will be better because we are having a constant voice lag.
Now it is okay?
Preferably yes, sir. I'll let you know again. आप अभी continue कीजिए, sir. Really sorry, sir. Please proceed.
No issues, no issues. So another kind of virtual teaching and learning method here existing, that is a facilitated virtual learning. This is a computer-based, internet-based, and remote teacher online instructions that is supplemented by a human facilitator. This facilitator will not direct the student's instruction, but rather assist the student's learning process by providing tutoring or additional supervision. The facilitator may be present with the learner or communicating remotely via the web or other form of the electronic communication. This was about the teaching learning process going through a virtual mode using. So now we'll discuss about whether the COVID-19 is an opportunity or threat. Being a teacher perspective and being a school and teacher perspective, and we will discuss with the parent perspective also. So let us see the first. As a teacher, if you accepting current situation as an opportunity or threat is our choice or a way of thinking. If the teacher is choosing as an opportunity, it will be easy for the teachers to prepare themselves for the future 4.0 teaching, 4.0 education, which is the next future for the education. It is need of the time to update your knowledge of gadgets. Most of the teachers are not much more about their gadgets. So you must have to know about the appropriate gadget and the best gadget to teach the students for the virtual mode. Apps, which apps are more appropriate apps? Not only content, teachers are very good at content. No issue, their knowledge is marvelous. But at the time of using the gadgets and the apps to convert his knowledge or communicate his knowledge or pass his knowledge to the students, they are making. So here it is an opportunity for the teachers, especially for the traditional teachers and the government school teachers to learn about the virtual means of teaching learning. Due to emerging rapid change in educational technology, I have one question, how many of us was already knew about or used such app like Zoom, Google Meet, WebEx, Microsoft Teams, Facebook Live for teaching learning process? At least, because most of these applications are used by the corporate offices for the doing meetings abroad and different states. They were already in the market. Even the last week of March 2020, we used WhatsApp to teach. When the lockdown was started, I remember, we did not went to any app or even search any app. We started teaching with the WhatsApp. Because it was very prompt to us, very frequently we know about us, we are using WhatsApp in the day-to-day life to connect and teach the students. Earlier, it was used to share information with the parents and students only. Teachers, my dear teachers, nothing is permanent. One day, COVID-19 has to go from our life, but then we will be in the another era of contemporary education system where the technology, the highest technology, will meet the traditional way of teaching learning process. So this current scenario gives students and teachers a widespread exposure. It is also a positive aspect of the COVID-19 pandemic situation. And the most important is that now, in the today's situation, immediately after the COVID-19 pandemic has merged, we have jumped from education 2.0 to education 3.0, but somewhere in the rural areas, it is now at a stage of 1.0 to 2.0. Now let's flip the coin. We will discuss it about the parents' perspectives. It is non-effective. As the parents' perspective, we can see how the parents are reacting towards these classes, and some of the parents believe that this kind of virtual teaching and it is not effective or less effective, but we have no choice. Another problem with the parents related to challenges to the parents related to virtual teaching, remote teaching. Students feels they are at home so that they are less serious. The parents are believing that students feel they are at the home and they're really less serious at the home for the classes. Every time kids bother everybody. The parents are asking, every time kids are bother everybody for their all useful and useless infotainments. The parents are further mentioning here that kids makes work from home difficult. So it is another problem for the problem in the teaching learning process of the kids due to the virtual means. And the parents are further mentioning there is space issue for kids class and work from home. I also need a one room to work from home. Students also need a one separate place to learn from home. So there is a space issue in the home. Another problem has the parents can say that is the provision of extra mobile or phone for 2 or more kids. It's quite difficult to afford it. Another is the financial issues during the pandemic. So according to the parents, these all virtual means of teaching learning process used by the teachers or the school. These are the some challenges they are. Now we will see challenges in the non-classroom teaching and learning. This for the teachers. The teachers are facing the challenge. First is the student casual approach. When these classes started with the Google Meet or Zoom, we teachers have frequently experienced that the students have a very casual approach. Sometimes they are on their video icon, they off their video icon. Sometimes they are mute, sometimes they are on. So now those things are gradually improving because the student behavior is also issue because in the traditional classroom the class is in the control of the the teacher. This virtual classroom is not in the control of the teacher. So these are some challenges given by the teacher. They cannot control the student behavior. Environment is the biggest issue in the classroom teaching. There is a very good environment. The teacher has to create a very good environment. But here at the home environment, the teacher is also not comfortable to teach and the student is also not comfortable to learn. These are the issues. Another is the ambience. The environment where you are sitting. Some students are laying on the bed, some students are sitting on the floor, some students are standing in the balcony, the camera is off. So these are the problems there. Some students are learning on the back screen, the television is going on and something is happening. So that was the problem, and still that problem persists. Another is the mobile networking. Those kids and parents who are living in the very good proximity in the cities and towns, they have good mobile network. But for those who are living in the suburban or rural area of the country, they do not have a 4G connectivity to attend all this video lectures and classes. The student also have a weak attention during the class due to the ambience and environment. Because they are not sitting with their peer. They are sitting with their either senior or juniors. And those seniors and juniors are already engaged and busy with their own work. Here, I would like to mention, there is also a problem of the student-teacher connectivity. The poor connectivity is there because of the virtual means. Here, the teacher have to practice some multitasking, operating the laptop or phone, and managing the notes and teaching all those things. So these are the challenges in the non-classroom or virtual digital teaching and learning for the students. Assessment issues are also there, but now a lot of apps are there. Microsoft Teams is there, Google Meet is there. So teachers are learning about that. Those particular websites or apps, how to connect to the students in various modes. In virtual means in a various modes. A lot of mobile nonsense are also there. Sometimes some another song is replayed by the mobile. Sometimes somebody is drawing and sketching on the screen. Somebody is sharing some WhatsApp screen, and these all mobile nonsense have been experienced during this teaching learning process, and this obstructs the teaching learning process. Moreover, we can see the classroom control issues are also there. Earlier, I have also mentioned that the classroom control issue, the connectivity of the teacher is weak. So by the virtual means, the teacher is traditionally, as we have practicing the classroom control. Teacher controls the classroom in a particular manner in the school. They can't do it on these means. Another problem is the parent technological limitations. All parents are not quite well educated, and they have limitations about the application, about the phone, and kids are very smart. Some of the kids put the leads in their ear, microphone is on, and they are playing or doing scrolling some social media. And when the parent approaches, they swiftly swipe, parent cannot find where he was either attending the lecture or either playing the. So the parent technological limitations are also a part of the challenge in the teaching learning, virtual teaching learning process. Another is home, and school is school. It's very frank. School is school and home is home. At the home, students don't feel them in the school. At the home, teacher doesn't feel they are in school. Another point is the challenge that the parents and teachers are facing, especially parents are facing, parent control at the home. Every time the parents can't shout, can't shout on the kids, do this, don't do this, go there, don't go there. So the parents are very much being bothered by the kids who were 8 and 10 hours was sitting in the school. So they were either doing their professional job or doing some other job. Here at the home, their control mechanism. Because one more important thing I have observed, I have done one survey of the teaching learning behavior of students during COVID-19. That is also I am saying here. So parents say that earlier the student was busy on watching television, the Cartoon Networks and all those stuff the kids watch. Now they are moved to the phone. So the duration of watching television has been reduced, significantly reduced. So they are spending more than 4 hours, 5 hours with the name of class. Class is there. So 4 to 5 hours and 6 hours, maybe 7 hours or so daily they are busy on the class. Either class or either their infotainment things. So this is the problem. The social media movement like no school, no fees, or virtual school, half fees. And there were some social media movements viral that if there are no school, we should not pay the fees, and virtual school, we have to pay the half fees. So these things are also being admitted as a challenge of between for the teaching learning process and virtual teaching learning process. And as for the teachers and parents' perspective, salary constraints are also there. Most of the private schools, reputed schools are paying good, and I would like to mention, I should not, I don't know, or I should, but here that is one challenge that is related to the teacher and the student and the parent community, that they are facing problems with the different salary constraints depend upon the institutions. So the problem, how this problem could be solved? What a teacher should do to enter in the education 4.0? And these are some points I have researched. And the first what teacher should to do, a traditional teacher or a very updated teacher also, they must start to use the latest gadget with the updated apps. Latest gadgets have a less problem of the disconnectivity, audio issues, connectivity with other devices are also good, and the latest apps you can easily install and use it on the latest gadgets. That is not possible in the old gadgets. So there is also an investment issue to the teacher during the lockdown to buy a good phone and a good laptop or good tablet for the teaching purpose of the students. The next one is technological literacy. Now, after the gadget, what do you need? The gadget will not tell you how to operate me. So the teachers need the technological literacy and skill on hand training for the smooth operation of the virtual classroom. They must do how to do the everything they want to do, and he or she need to do to improve the teaching learning outcomes of the students. The next one is learning a remote means of class control or class management. So the class control, they know well how to control the class. I admire my teachers. They know how to control the class, how to manage the class. But when they are in the remote teaching or digital teaching or virtual teaching, there is a lot of doubts how to manage the things. Because in the classroom, this used to say कि बच्चे आंख दिखाने से मैडम से डर जाते हैं. अब मैडम आंख दिखाती हैं तो बच्चे कहते हैं मैडम तो कुछ कर नहीं सकती. So these feelings are there in the students, but not on the all schools. The another is the teacher has to learn how to set up a learning environment at home. So a teacher must teach the student how to set up a learning environment, how to make your personal corner, and where you can design your back screen. You can have a good setup to put your laptop, phone. You can find a place where a good connectivity is there. And you can find a place where the less noisy place is there. So a teacher or student must learn about how to set up a learning environment at home, because rarely the learning environment found at home, because home is home and school is school. Now the teacher has to learn the exceptional communication skills in order to improve the learning outcome, in order to improve the control over the class. The teacher has to learn the exceptional communication skill. Let me give you the example. A telecaller calls. Observe how they make the call. In the same call, a person like me or anybody else do it for the anything. You will find the difference. That is a communication skill. That excellent communication skill on the phone. So I think the student must learn the exceptional communication skills to communicate with the students, so the teacher-student connectivity during the classroom will be excellent. The other is the balance between content coverage and personalization. That is also very much matters. The teachers have very good content coverage, and the teachers have to be little bit of personalized with the students also, so that student will feel connected with the teacher even they are in the home or wherever they are. So there must be a balance, but the personalization should be there. Another is the choosing the right apps or software with subscription, because the free is always limited. Let me share an example. My son is studying in a high school, and one day what happened, he was crying. I told him, what happened, beta? I cannot enter in the Zoom class. So what happened? How? So it is full. Now it is 100. It means that the teachers and school authorities are using the freely downloaded apps, and where the 3 and more sections are there, and more 30 students are there, or 35 students are there. After 100, those students who are 5 minutes or 2 minutes late, they cannot join it. If you have enough strength in the class, go for the subscription. It will help you to get the all features of the app, and your clarity of the audio, video, and content will be also improved, because the free comes with always limited version. Now, another thing the teacher has to be done, or with the help of the school administration, learning of e-content development. Teachers have very good content in their mind, even in the library, in their notes, in the lesson. What about the e-content? If they don't have the e-content, what they will share with the students? They must know how to develop a e-content, a good e-content, impressive e-content, so that the student can easily learn the things and he can score a good marks again in the virtual means of test, quiz, and all those. Time management skills are also important, because in school there is a bell. bell rings, lecture is over, class is over. But here you have to put a one bell on the mobile, or you have to manage a time management skill and how to teach the same content in the limited given time effectively, and the learning take place. Effective learning take place. And I have given you this example. The Google Docs for teachers are there, and that will help you Google Classroom and lesson plan management. You can use that. I have a three also suggestions for the school management in the current also. They can organize these things because as per my prediction on the prediction of the market, as the corona is nowhere going for coming 6 or 7 months. So we have to be on the virtual means, rely on the virtual means for the schooling of our kids. So here we need a more preparation so that the teaching learning process should not affect the learning outcomes. And these are the teacher orientation. There should be a one day of effective virtual teaching learning process orientation of the teachers. They can ask their doubts. Student orientations. How to do that? Nowadays, the scenario is that students know more about the app compared to the teachers because they are more techno-friendly. They have born in the era of 4G technology, 3G technology. We have been born in the era of no G technology because there was no basic phones are also not there. Ring phone, the lane wire phones was there. So teachers like me or the young generation teachers also, they must have to be attend these orientations. Orientations for teachers, parents are also mandatory because their thinking pattern must be shaped. If the thinking pattern will not be shaped, they cannot understand the student need at the home, what they actually need. So they have to understand it. At the part, the home will be a school. At the part, the home will be the office. At the part, the home will be home. So now, last but not least, today one emoji is there. You can learn. A perfect online teacher should be like this. You must have a good web access. You have a creative and publishing. You have a good information management. You have a thinking of the pedagogy also. Government should be there. All skills for set to be 21st century, building a new paradigm, web access, many things. So this is one image I have chosen to represent how the future teacher should be ready to teach effectively by the virtual teaching means, remote teaching means, or digital teaching means. Thanks for attention to everybody. Ma'am, Mohit sir, I think I have finished my lecture before 1 minute.
Fine, sir.
Right,
Fine,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, Dr. Singh, for providing us updated information about the virtual learning. We'll go ahead and take some time for questions now. Just a reminder for our viewers today, please be sure to type down your questions into the comment section on the PEFI page. Mohit sir, we have any questions?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Please proceed.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Sir, question number 1 is from Ajay Yadav. What type of recreation games which students can play online? Am I audible? Kaniya sir?
Yeah. Look, especially students have a lot of infotainment and recreation games on the mobile. So I think we do not have to tell the student at the home how to play Ludo, chess, and many more puzzle games. If you just type on the Google Play, the kid can type more frequently than you in the Google Play to find the virtual games. And they have already. Just buy a new phone and give it to the kids. and immediately you will find that 10 or 20 games are there on the. Either you will not find that one useful app like Google Classroom is there, but that games must be there. So we have to be motivate them to go for active recreation, like doing very smaller space activities, like they can do skipping exercises to become fit. They can do Surya Namaskar. Surya Namaskar is a very strong means to develop overall optimum health. So they can do the Surya Namaskar at the home. And very minor games, if they have a garden, they can play with their family members, their brothers and sisters. So this would be the best way for the kids to recreate themselves, because the kids they are a very pro-recreative. So they always, if you not tell them, they will find the wrong means of recreation.
Next question, Mr. Ombir Singh from DAV Saibabad asking a question: how can control students' behavior during virtual class?
I think I have mentioned that the student, teacher, and parent all need a 1 day of orientation. That is all psychological phenomena of the student, parent, and if you are able to handle the psychology of the student in the virtual means, they will be in your control. तो सिंपली आप उनको डांट करके कुछ समझा करके, क्योंकि आपकी वो फिजिकल अप्रोच में नहीं, तो यू कैन जस्ट टेल देम कि मैं तुम्हारी मम्मा को बता दूंगा, तुम्हारे डैडी को बता दूंगा. सो क्योंकि मम्मा डैडी घर पे हैं, तो किसी एक से तो उनको डर होगा, पहले चीज तो ये है. तो वहाँ बिहेवियर कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, एक दिन के लिए मान लीजिए वर्चुअल क्लासरूम में है, मैं हिंदी इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ क्योंकि क्वेश्चन आंसर करने वाले जो हैं वो नॉर्थ से हैं, वो समझ सकेंगे. सो यहाँ पे आप ये कर सकते हैं. बच्चों को बहुत मोटिवेशन की जरूरत है. When they are not in a learning environment, school environment is a learning environment. If they are not in a learning environment, their minds move in 100 directions, so that their behavior change. So learning environment, so that it is now the parents' responsibility to create a learning environment around them during the classroom, so their behavior will be monitored automatically. Ask the parents, monitor the behavior. You can motivate the students, beta, if you do this, tomorrow I will block you. Tomorrow I will not let you in the class. Slowly things changes. But here, आप नहीं दिखा सकते. स्कूल में तो आप आगे दिखा सकते. लगता है.
Sir, can you stop screen sharing?
Okay.
Yes, sir. Next question from Manu Swami: how to take advantage of the social isolation generated by COVID-19 to boost the transition from face-to-face education to remote education?
Will you please repeat the question again, Mohit?
Yes, sir. How to take advantage of the social isolation generated by COVID-19 to boost the transition from face-to-face education to remote education?
Actually, we have to be draft a program with the help of parents. That is called a student engagement program. We do it in the school. Our students are early morning coming from the school, and after the end of the school, they are engaged. So at the home, this is not going on. The students are being socially isolated, but they are home, and the home is a freedom. Home gives the freedom to the kids because they are home. It is the home. Home means the kids can relax, kids can play, kids can eat. That is called a home. The home means where the students are comfortable. It is not a school. So with the help of parents, we have to chalk out such a plan, prepare such a plan for the kids where we can engage them. For example, students को drawing बहुत पसंद है. उनको कह दिया कि भाई आज तुमको जो है एवरी डे हमने पूरे वीक का असाइनमेंट बना दिया. आज रिवर्स की ड्राइंग बनानी है, कल माउंटेन्स की ड्राइंग बनानी है, नेक्स्ट डे बाइक्स की ड्राइंग बनानी है. आप ये काम दीजिए, गूगल से आपसे ज़्यादा बाइक खोज कर ड्राइंग कर देगा. वो इतनी बाइक्स आप खोजेगा, नाम भी लिखेगा, पापा ये इतनी सीसी की है और इस कंट्री में बनती है, इसका नाम ये है, आपको भी नहीं बताओ. सो जो उनको पसंद है उसके हिसाब से डिजाइन, जैसे मैं एग्जांपल देता हूँ आपको। मेरा बेटा है और उसकी मम्मी शिकायत, दादी शिकायत करते हैं कि ऐसे करता है वैसे करता है। मैंने काम दे दिया, हमने कहा कि भाई 5 पेज हैंड राइटिंग चाहिए और 10 न्यू वर्ड्स चाहिए डेली। उसकी ड्यूटी है कि शाम को 5 बजे तक 10 न्यू वर्ड्स याद करके व्हाट्सएप पर रिकॉर्ड करके भेजेगा और 5 पेज की हैंड राइटिंग लिखी होगी और वो स्कैन करके व्हाट्सएप पे आएगी। तो असाइनमेंट बेस्ड अगर आप काम देंगे तो उस बच्चे को आइसोलेशन लगेगा ही नहीं, वो खुद ही कहेगा, ही विल आस्क वो मैं खेलने जाऊं, ही विल जस्ट गिव मी द मोबाइल, ही विल रिटर्न योर मोबाइल, और मैं खेलने जाऊं। क्यों? हमने उसको मोबाइल पे जो एंगेजमेंट दिया है, एंगेजमेंट वी हैव गिवन ऑन द मोबाइल दैट इज एजुकेशनल नॉट द रिक्रिएशनल। इफ यू डोंट गिव एनीथिंग तो बच्चे पता है क्या देखेंगे? बच्चे देखते हैं आजकल भूतिया चुड़ैल, ये देखते हैं। मेरा खुद का बेटा देखता है हॉरर, और यूट्यूब पे फ्रिक्वेंटली अवेलेबल। अब बच्चा क्या देखता है आपको कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है, मोबाइल ले लीजिए और आप यूट्यूब पे खाली सर्च बटन दबाइए, वो आपको पूरा दिखा देगा बच्चा देख क्या रहा है पिछले 15 दिनों में, 1 महीने में। क्योंकि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, थ्रू द आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस द यूट्यूब प्रोवाइड्स यू सच ए वीडियोस दोज हु आर प्रीवियसली यू हैव इंटरेस्टेड इन। तो बच्चे पकड़े वहां से भी जाते हैं क्योंकि वो ऑप्शन ही दिखाएगा ऐसे हॉरर वाले। तो वी हैव टू बी मेक अ प्रॉपर प्लान। 8 घंटे का प्लान स्कूल का होता है, आपको घर का भी बनाना, और वो रिक्रिएटिव होना चाहिए, बोरिंग नहीं होना चाहिए। उसमें बीच में बच्चे को स्नैक्स भी मिलना चाहिए, नहीं तो वो पढ़ाई छोड़ो किचन में घुस जाए, क्योंकि होम इज होम।
Right, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, next question. Sameer asking a question. Sir, how manage physical education practicals during online classes?
मोहित जी जरा एक बार बताइएगा, क्वेश्चन आ रहे हैं उनकी लोकेशन भी बताइए, तो मेरे लिए ऐसा नहीं होगा कि मैं साउथ का हूँ और
Sorry,
हिंदी हिंदी मिक्स करके बोलूँ तो दिक्कत होगी।
sorry.
इट्स ओके, हाँ कोई बात नहीं है। तो
I
कहते
have
हैं
no
हाउ मेनी,
idea.
हाँ व्हाट दे आस्किंग हाउ मेनी लेसंस, इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन
How-
स्कूल करिकुलम। अगर स्कूल करिकुलम में बच्चे को गेम्स की क्लास है तो वो सारा तो फिजिकल इंटरेक्शन की क्लास होती है, तो अभी तो आप ऐसा कुछ कर नहीं। हाँ, आप ये कह सकते हैं मान लीजिए फुटबॉलर है तो बच्चे को आपने कहा कि बेटा पापा को बोलो फुटबॉल खरीद के लाएंगे, तो जब भी अनलॉकडाउन सिचुएशन होगी फादर जाएंगे फुटबॉल खरीद के लाएंगे। बहुत सारे मैंने देखे हैं हमारी कॉलोनी में, जिन घरों में एक बॉल नहीं होता था उनके पास आज बैडमिंटन बॉल, स्कीपिंग रोप सब लोग घर में ला कर रख रहे हैं। क्यों? उनको पता है एंगेज करना है। बच्चे को एंगेज करने के लिए ऐसे इक्विपमेंट घर में ले आएंगे, जैसे वो पजल वाला होता है, सब घरों में नहीं होता, बच्चे खरीदते हैं, वो ले आइए उनके लिए माइंड गेम्स खरीद के ले आइए। पेरेंट्स, मैंने कहा ना कि ये पेरेंट्स ओरिएंटेशन का काम है। अभी तो 50% 45% पेरेंट ही टीचर हैं घर पे। तो इस तरह से कितनी क्लासेस होंगी मेरे लिए कहना ये मुश्किल है, डिपेंड्स अपॉन द स्कूल करिकुलम। लेकिन हमें एक लिस्ट बनानी होगी, या फिर मैं ही लिस्ट प्रोवाइड करा सकता हूँ, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, कि हम इंडोर में क्या कर सकते हैं। इंडोर मतलब not about the like a badminton swimming pool. Indoor means your home games क्या होता है। जी मोहित जी।
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Over to you, ma'am.
Right. So I hope that answers all the questions of our friends, dear friends today. A gentle reminder to all the participants of Day 5 Faculty Development Program, there is an online feedback form provided in the comment section. Please click on the provided link and fill in the feedback form, which will be valid for only an hour. For today's attendance, you must fill the feedback form within the time capsule. Now I'd like to request, to wrap up our session, the International FIBA table official, National Basketball Referee, FIBA Level 1 Certified Coach, Delhi Basketball Coach Association Coach, Delhi National Team Coach, currently working as a physical education teacher in Army Public School, Delhi Cant, Rohit Kumar sir, to please propose the vote of thanks. So please. Do we have Rohit sir with us?
He's just joining.
Yeah, there is a slight technical issue. Rohit sir is joining us in a moment to propose the vote of thanks. I must say, Singh sir, today's session was very knowledgeable, and all of us being from the field of physical education, and these days because of the pandemic, we all are facing the problem of online and virtual teaching, and we know the problems that you talked about today are the problems that each one of us, all the teachers, all the coaches, I'm sure are facing it. And I am really very thankful to you for providing us a very easy, very simple option and answers to those questions. It was really wonderful, sir.
I have made this presentation. I have made this presentation with the perspective of all teachers, not only physical education, the whole education, the area of whole education. So that was the title was like that. Okay, thank you, madam.
Yeah, and I am very much sure, sir, because all the teachers, not only physical education, as you said, all the teachers who are from also the various faculty fields must have benefited from this particular session. We are really very thankful to you for coming here and preparing such a wonderful topic, everyday problem topic of all the teachers. And let's proceed with the vote of thanks. For that, I suppose there is some technical problem with Rohit sirs. He'll be joining us soon.
Actually, we have to design, we have to design such a orientation program for teachers, students, and parents differently, so they can meet the needs of the student, teacher, and parents all together as a team. That is the need of time.
Rohit, over to you.
So, Rohit sir, we welcome you for proposing the vote of thanks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm honored and lucky to have the opportunity to attend this wonderful virtual faculty development training program organized by Physical Education and Foundation India, National Secretary Dr. Piyush sir, Dr. Chetan Kumar, and all the respective other members who took the lead to create this program. I would like to thanks to all the respected physical education teachers and coaches who have attended this workshop and blessed us with their presence. I would like to thanks to our speaker, Dr. Kanhaiya Kumar Singh, for the topic he present and focus on the way he emphasized on the challenges and opportunities in digital, virtual, remote teaching during COVID-19 pandemic. The way he explained the subject was extraordinary. I would also like to thank him for making such an excellent presentation and making this training program more interesting and meaningful. Hopefully, this training program will help all of us to enhance our knowledge important for digital, virtual, remote teaching during COVID-19. Once again, I thanks all of you, Coordinate Corporation. Thank you.
Very well said, Rohit sir. Well, my dear friends, that wraps up our day 5 of this faculty development program. On behalf of Physical Education Foundation of India, I once again thank you all for making time in your busy schedules to join us here. Hoping to see you all again for tomorrow's session. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.